taking you through a high-level overview of Continuum's project management functionality. So let's get started. Projects can be accessed by clicking on the project entity in the main menu. You will notice I am presented with two views, Projects and Tasks. Within the Projects grid, I can make easy and quick updates to my project without actually having to open the project to edit it. I can sort the grid items or filter in a variety of ways, depending on how I want to see the information. I can also add additional columns to my view for additional information. If I hover over the columns, I am presented with a quick access tooltips that provide guidance on what information is required in the grid. To add a new project, I can simply click on the Easy Add button to create a new project. But let's take a look at a project that's already been created. In the General section, I can associate a customer account by clicking on the drop-down menu. I can also add things like the project name or a project number. I can also assign a project status to my project or a specific project type. And these are completely configurable out of the box if you want to create your own custom project types. I can define the project start and finish dates and the overall planned hours for the project. In the financial section, this is where you will store the SAL or contract details that have been defined with your client. Things like project value and currency are easy to add. I can also define the rate unit, which allows me to be able to see the breakdown of rate details and information by hours, days, months, etc. I can also define whether or not my project is billable or non-billable, as Continuum does support both options. I can also choose my billing type to define what type of billing structure I would like, time and materials, milestone billing, etc. There are many options to choose from. And finally, in this section, I can select whether or not I want to allow expenses against this particular project. In the materials section, this is where you can define things like distribution method. This will allow you to either do backloading, even distribution, front loading, or middle loading. So you have various options to choose from. The timesheet and schedule planning allows you to be able to define whether or not you want projects and tasks automatically added to resources timesheet and time schedules for ease of use and availability. There will also be a separate video regarding timesheets and time schedules that is available on our YouTube channel. Next, we need to add our project roles. Project roles are completely customizable out of the box. And you can associate a standard set of rates for these roles, but also change the rates based on the project style or contract. I'll also mention that resources can also be associated to tasks with various role types and rates depending on how you want to manage your project and how you want to set up those rates. Materials can also be defined at a project level. You can think of materials as products. For example, I can add this training bundle, and I can also modify the rate right in the grid based on what was agreed to with the client. Continuum also supports milestone billing or fixed fee billing. As you can see in this example, I can select the billing frequency, the quantity, and the overall amount, as well as the associated currency. I can also modify the amount right in the grid if I need to make a change. And finally, I'm ready to assign a project manager, as well as an invoice approver, a time approver, and an expense approver. I can also grant access to other resources as project editors with either view or edit access, as long as they have the appropriate system permissions. From here, I can also access the Gantt chart and create my schedule. I can easily add tasks either as a child, above or below the existing task. I can also very easily do a quick creation and copy tasks as well. I can toggle my view by either day, week, or month, depending on how I want to view the information and the hours. I can easily assign resources to tasks and view their available hours. I can see what actuals they've booked against the specific tasks and the remaining hours that are available. I can also see the % complete and the role that they are billing at for that specific task. Continuum also supports the standard project dependencies, start to start, finish to finish, etc. So let's go ahead and close this screen and we'll switch over to the planning sheet. In this view, I can adjust the forecasted hours or planned hours and see which resources are assigned to which projects. I can also see the various resources and the different billing roles that they're assigned to based on what was set up on the particular project. I can also access the Gantt from here as well. I can edit the specific project, the tasks, the resources, and I can also make any necessary updates regarding the forecasting that I need to make in this view. I have access to various toggle options which allow me to switch from day to week to month, and I can also define the number of days in my view. In my quick access buttons, I can also filter on specific information and look at things like skills, access groups, departments, or resources to be able to get down into the details depending on how I want to look at this worksheet. The final piece to show you is the task view. In this view, I can quickly see all tasks and make real-time edits right within the grid. I can save the changes and very simply and easily make updates to my tasks and ultimately to my project. You'll also notice here the different icons. You can easily do things like delete tasks, edit the tasks, view tasks, and of course add subtasks. Additionally, if we switch back to our project view, I also have access to many action items as well, such as deleting a project, editing the project, viewing it, accessing the Gantt, or simply managing the project hours planning sheet that we just looked at. So that takes us to the end of our project management demo for Continuum. I want to thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.